or excuse me, the middle of this month, we are going to see prices going back up. And I want to pull up this Grayscale story as well that I didn't see there, because a lot of people are saying that Grayscale's move in the middle of the month is going to make the price go down. But then there was another one saying that it was going to go up here. Let me see if I can find it. I don't want Cardano. I'll try to find that here a little bit later. If you could, don't show the screen while I pull up this message that has this in it, because I really want to pull up this story, because we're getting a lot of mixed reports on what's going on with this Grayscale news, because a lot of people, including Alex Mashinsky, are saying that it was going to lead to capitulation and we were going to see another gigantic drop, but I don't think we're actually going to see that. There it is. Okay. All right, so we'll look at that story as well about Grayscale. We'll probably do that during Market Watch. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump in, guys. We got a few announcements today. First and foremost, as always, thank you for 1.13 million subscribers. We did tick up over the weekend. And also, guys, don't forget we do have the stream on Twitch. A lot of people like the chat over there. The chat on Twitch is really fun. I like the chat over there pretty good. And love our YouTube people as well.
Less delay over there, too, which is cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit quicker. So, guys, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. 441.8 thousand followers on Twitter. You guys can get access to our comment here. They like the piano guy's Lindsay Lohan analogy this morning.
That was pretty funny.
Pretty funny. He's Matty B. He's a funny guy. Hope you guys are enjoying that, TA. You guys can enter our contest over here. All you got to do is click this link, and you can get access to all of our socials pretty much. But, guys, I want to talk about Reminder. We got two announcements here. Number one, we have our meetup next week. I think it's Thursday, correct?
It's the 15th, right?
Yeah, and that's a Thursday, I think. So next Thursday on the 15th. Somebody double-check that. Make sure that's Thursday.
That is correct.
Perfect. At Battle and Brew in Sandy Springs, Georgia. We will be 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Looking forward to meeting as many members of the BitSquad. And, guys, I do want to make sure I go ahead and say this. I'm going to make a bold proclamation. I will not get arrested on the way to this meetup.
Yay.
I'm very excited to announce that. So, and guys, also we are looking. The BitSquad is growing again. Our team here at BitBoy Crypto is growing again. We are looking for a new video editor. So, if you have video editing experience and you know crypto, the people that live locally here in the Metro Atlanta area, you're always going to have the first crack at it. But feel free to send in your resume along with a sample of a video you've edited before. And it doesn't have to be a crypto video that you edited, obviously. I know those are few and far between, except on this channel. You guys can send an email to writing@bitboycrypto.com. That is WRITING @bitboycrypto.com. Or just send it there. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll have Nick move them somewhere else. So there we go. Also, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say. I'm going to incidentally shill a token on accident. I don't really want to do that. But I got a very interesting offer to do a weird coin this weekend, and I'm not going to be doing it. I saw somebody say it in the chat. So, okay. All right. Let's move on here. Let's check out the crypto markets. Coming in right now, the market cap, $1.4 trillion. So still, even though we did drop recently, dropped again another $5 billion, we are still over $1.4 trillion. So that is pretty good. Look at that volume. That's the lowest volume I think I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
69 billion. Bitcoin dominance down as well, 44.9%. Look, guys, it looks like Ethereum is having an uptick here against Bitcoin dominance. Something to watch is back up over 18.4%. And the Gwei coming in at 11 Gwei. It's 5 Paraguay and 1 extra Gwei. Guys, and why is this volume going down? Well, I mean, it's the summer lull. Today's a holiday also, so keep that in mind. Today's a holiday. That probably does factor into it. But I want to tell you guys about something that will have a pretty big impact, I believe, on this channel, on a lot of channels, on a lot of traders out there. If you guys didn't know, I got an email this morning from ByBit. And you can show the ByBit page here. From ByBit this morning. It is not on here right now. But if you trade on ByBit, you need to understand the middle of the month, ByBit is now going to be requiring KYC. To remove Bitcoin off of ByBit after the middle of the month, you're going to have to do full identity verification with them, which could present problems for a lot of people. If you're non-American and you're in a zone where ByBit, definitely has no problems operating, then you're going to be totally fine. But if not, I would suggest you guys, if you don't think you can pass the KYC information, then, which they've never asked for before, now they are, then you can certainly remove your money off of there before then. And if you do want a place to trade, we do have FEMEX available. We've been trading a good bit at FEMEX. Now, we are still going to be doing a ByBit Ethereum trading competition for the BitSquad members next month, but unfortunately, that is not going to be open to American traders unless you have a corporate business entity overseas or something like that where you can get around that. But FEMEX is not requiring KYC, so if you have been trading at ByBit, you may want to move over to FEMEX right now, as they are not requiring that, and you don't have to go around anything. You can just go there and use it. So I do want to make that known to you guys. And is that having a big play on the volume? I don't know. We do know that email got sent out this morning, and volume's down the lowest we've seen it. ByBit is a major player in the exchange world, so you just have to check it out. So Bitcoin coming in $33,600. We got Ethereum at $2,200, Binance Coin hovering around $300, Cardano at $1.40, XRP at 65 cents. Basically, we had a very large pullback here over the last 24 hours overall on the market. We do have synthetics up 18.57%. Yeah, how about that SNX chart? I mean, it is doing very well. Looks like it's killing it. KuCoin shares also up 11%. I know Justin will be happy about that.
Yay, Justin.
Yeah, always love it when Justin's making money. Elron, the Graph. Look, these are all some of our favorite coins here.
Yeah.
Cosmos, Quant, Aave. Aave had a big announcement today, which we're not covering, about institutions going to be able to start using Aave. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? You guys know where I fall on that. So let's go ahead and move into Bitcoin. As we move into the Bitcoin chart, before we actually look at the chart itself, this is the story that I wanted to show you guys. Investors cashing out of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust might bring market boost. Now, what's the narrative we've been seeing? Wendy's been talking about it. Alex Mashinsky was talking about it. A lot of people saying this is going to make the market go down. Now, I'll tell you what I've been told. What I've been told is that the market's going up in the middle of the month. This is occurring on the 17th. So to me, like I said earlier in the video last week, we could see a very small correction, but I think that the forces that are out there are ready to move this thing up in the middle of the month. They can't really get around it. So the Bitcoin market could get a boost this month from the expiration of investor restrictions on the sale of shares in the GBTC. Some digital asset analysts and investors say it's possible some of these investors might need to enter the market to buy Bitcoin to repay crypto loans. Lots of bearish chatter around GBTC unlocked, whilst conveniently ignoring the in-kind subscriptions funded by debt and ultimately translate into spot buying. So what they're saying is that for people to get into this, they're going to actually have to buy Bitcoin, and it could end up being a bullish thing. I think generally what we're going to see with this unlock is we're going to see kind of it cancel out. You're going to have some bearish, some bullish. It's going to cancel out. I don't see this as being a very large event. So somebody says, why should we KYC when ByBit is so anon themselves? They're not anon. We know Ben is the founder and CEO over there. Can't remember his last, Ben Zhu, I think. So they're definitely not anon. We know who they are. So, okay, let's look at the chart here. So that was a little news on that Grayscale. I just don't want people to get scared off by that Grayscale news. I don't think it's going to be a big event. I really don't. I'm not looking for it to have a dramatic effect on the market. Some people are. And let's see, let's pull up our market cipher chart here as well, kind of look at what we're looking at on the market. It looks like today we are seeing some bearish action. But notice, guys, remember we had the blood diamond the other day, and you guys can see it hasn't really resulted in any downward action. Exactly sideways action is what we have seen. I don't expect a huge run up this week. I do think we can get back and establish around 35, 36K pretty easily, but we're not going to see things go way up this week. I don't think that comes next week, but I think we're going to start, kind of 3 steps up, 2 steps back this week pretty consistently. How many people we got watching, TJ?
About 5,200.
5,200.
So
wow.
to be fair, though, I did I was about 2 minutes late on the live start on YouTube because the other 3 all started automatically, and then YouTube I had to push the extra button. So
we were way behind on there.
Like 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, they missed the whole intro.
They missed about 2 minutes.
Wow, that's really sad. I'm sorry, YouTube. How many likes do we have?
750.
750 likes.
They're sleeping today. Everybody's
asleep today.
Everybody's a little slow from being out all night playing with the fireworks. So,
but we're here.
We're here.
We're here for you guys.
Hardest working channel in crypto.
It was not an option for us to be gone today.
No, we didn't even think about it.
No, you got Saturday and Sunday off. Like,
right.
Well, why do y'all need another day off? You know what I mean? You already had Saturday and Sunday. But anyway, so let's look at the hourly chart, kind of what we expect here in the short term for Bitcoin. Let's see. It's looking like we did have on Market Cipher, we did have a large green dot here at what time was that? At, I guess that was about 2 hours ago. So last hour, we did get this large green dot, which is generally pretty bullish. We haven't had any upward movement since then. We've actually had a pretty big drop. Not a big drop, but we dropped about $300 in the last hour. You guys can see where that big drop was. We went from 34.4 all the way down to 33.2 in 1 hour. Pretty consistent drop since about yesterday afternoon. You guys can see it's been pretty far to the downside, and now it looks like we could be starting a leg up. We got the large green dot. Last green dot we got on the hourly chart. You guys can see we had back here. And you guys can see then we actually had yellow X's, which will cancel out that green dot. But look what happened. If you had got a good entry down around here when it was at 32.6, I mean, that's a pretty nice trade. You can go up to about 36,000. Is that right? Went all the way up to about 36,000. So a pretty good trade was available there. The large green dots on the bottom of the chart are pretty consistent, but we've just been seeing a lot of downward action lately. So like if you look here, it looks like what we've been kind of seeing if you look back at the history of these green dots over the last week or so, or 2 weeks, is what you're seeing is you get the green dots and then you still get one more leg down and then it goes back up. So could we see that again? Could we see another drop down to, 32,000, somewhere around there, and then get another leg up? Just kind of hard to say at this point. But, we've had it's just been so sideways ever since the middle of June here. I mean, and if you look, I mean, we do have some kind of bullish news here. If you start looking at the wicks here, move that down, move that there. I mean, pretty easy to see a trend here, pretty easy to see. You got a connection there, then you got a connection there. So maybe we'll bounce off this. We should be seeing higher highs pretty soon, I think. But look, guys, we don't want to shoot straight up in the short term. We do want to get we want to build a base is what we want to do. And the retail investor right now is still bullish. If nothing else is showing you guys that, I don't know what it is. We've been looking at so much news as we move over here to the Glassnode stuff. We've been looking at so much news for both Ethereum and Bitcoin over the last couple of weeks, and none of it has really seemed to translate over towards an upward move. Well, I would think of it kind of like a Coke can. You got a Coke can, you shake it, you shake it, you shake it, and when it explodes, it explodes. We have been getting that Coke can shook. It has been shooketh for the last long period of time. Go to the next thing, please. Okay, thanks. So let's check out. Speaking of the things that are shaking the Coke can, if you will, you guys can come here and see that the Ethereum balances on exchanges has been going down pretty significantly. You can see it started to move up, and then it has plummeted again. We're basically at, is this a year? Yeah, we're almost at a 1 year low for balances on exchanges. And you guys can see as this thing has been going down, generally the price was going up, and then we entered sideways action. You guys can see we've had sideways action over here. And we're going to talk about it on an Ethereum video tomorrow, that a lot of people, or that there's a lot of money already locked up in ETH 2.0. The more that money gets locked away, the more that EIP 1559 starts getting closer to actually getting put in action. We're just seeing a lot of bullish stuff for Ethereum. And if you go and look at the actual Bitcoin to Ethereum chart, let me pull that up for us here. BTC US, nope, BTC, nope, it's Ethereum BTC, Ethereum Bitcoin. So when you look at this chart, I mean, this is the hourly. Let's go to the daily here for this. You guys can see, I mean, this thing looks like it's bottomed out. Now, we're still not out of the woods yet, because if you look here, I mean, once again, just like kind of on the other one, it's kind of easy to see, you know, that there could be a line of resistance here forming. That would put Ethereum getting back up to about 7%. Right now, it's about 6.5% of the value of one Bitcoin. But this looks like a pretty strong uptrend here. And you guys can see we do have the blue triangle here, which, of course, if you guys ever want to get access to Market Cipher, this is the indicator we use. You guys can, of course, do that over on our deals page. There's Market Cipher right there at the very top. I think this code's still good. We need to check with CryptoFace and make sure this code is still good. I think it is BitSquad15 if you want to check that out. But Ethereum looks like right now it is in a strong uptrend against Bitcoin. And it makes sense as we're heading closer to that EIP 1559. Someone says this is not pineapples, but it's close. Yeah, certainly not pineapples today. We're wearing limes today.
I was saying those look like kiwis or limes.
Yeah, I guess there's kiwis and limes. That's clearly a kiwi. Clearly a kiwi. So, and then we also have Bitcoin. This to me is the interesting chart of the day. I mean, this is so intriguing because this is actually going to line up with our next story that we're going to move into, which is the whale accumulation. But if you guys can see, going back to April, what happened? You see the price here in gray, and you see the amount of people who hold 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin. You see it going down along with the price and then going in sideways action. But look what happened over here. This is where we know there was a huge Bitcoin buy, a 60,000 Bitcoin buy that was recently done. We talked about it yesterday, and boom, you can see that reflected here is the number of wallets with that much Bitcoin went way up. It went from 4 million to 4.2 million. Oh, that's the amount of supply held. Yeah, that actually lines up. So it's 4.1 to 4.2, 60,000 Bitcoin buy is fit within that, the largest buy we've seen. I think Grayscale will try to manipulate Ethereum before the July update. I think that's what we've already been seeing. This is from Trustalize. Thank you for that super chat. Well, what we've been seeing with Ethereum is we've already seen the FUD coming out. The FUD was when all of a sudden for about 2 weeks, everybody was bearish on Ethereum. While the price of Bitcoin is still down, everyone was bearish on Ethereum, saying that it wasn't going to pump, it wasn't going to go up. Now what's going right now? Like, what is happening right now? You're seeing it start to break out, start to move up, start to perform once again better than Bitcoin. I do think that when Bitcoin truly breaks out, it will outperform Ethereum in the short term, just like it did in December and January, or December specifically, and then January, Ethereum crushed it, went on a 2-month lull, and then crushed it again in March and April. I guess it was April when Ethereum really started running. So, but all this lines up with what we've been seeing. We've been seeing Bitcoin, going down on exchanges, Ethereum going down on exchanges, whale wallets moving up. These whale wallets moving up is so significant. This is the largest single day move we've had. Let's see, that's 3 months. Let's look at 6 months. It's about the largest in 6 months, year to date. Let's go to 1 year. I mean, guys, this is outside. This was, what was this number? March 9th, it was 4.39. No, that's 2 days. This is the largest one-day movement we've seen in whale wallets in the last year. Like, think about that. What does that mean? Whales are buying at this price point. Does that sound like the market is dead? I saw somebody in here earlier say, the bull market is over. Say it. I won't do that because I won't be wrong. I'm not an idiot. All the people who are saying the market is over, they're inexperienced or they're listening to someone who has bad information. Because this is not over. We're not riding this all the way down to the bottom. We are preparing. Every stat we've looked at is indicating this market is not dead and it's moving forward. And the whales are backing that up. Here's a little bit more on the ratio of Bitcoin supply on exchanges. It hit a 6-month low. Bitcoin was down 2.87% in the last 24 hours, but statistics on sentiment show that Bitcoin's ratio of supply on crypto exchanges hit a 6-month low. They said the ratio of Bitcoin supply on exchanges has encouragingly slid down to its lowest since early January. 6-month low is a promising sign, as it generally will indicate that there is a decreased risk of more major Bitcoin sell-offs. That's not what you see in a bear market. Decreased risk of more major Bitcoin sell-offs. No. You see increased risk of that consistently in a bear market. Someone says they can see how shiny I am. That's what high res looks like on Twitch. Am I really that shiny? Do I need a towel? Some powder? Where's my makeup person?
You want to start wearing makeup?
No, I'm not wearing makeup.
I was going to say, we could arrange that.
I shot a pilot one time for a TV show, and they forced powder on me. I do not want to wear powder. That is weird.
They forced powder on you.
They forced powder on me. Well, the first time I had powder forced on me.
That's where I was going to.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Sentiment also pointed out a strikingly low exchange inflow and outflow activity over the weekend. And this trend has been non-existent all year. Also, this was the big news last week, right? The big news last week was the Bitcoin mining adjustment. It was going to crush everything. Prices were going to drop. The miners got to sell and make money and blah, 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 blah. Bitcoin mining difficulty just saw its largest downward adjustment in history, 28%. What happened to the price? Actually went up. They noted that as more hash rate fell off the Bitcoin network, the difficulty would adjust downward. Therefore, hash rate would remain active on the network and would receive more for their proportional share of the mining rewards. Notably, as more miners exit the Bitcoin network, fewer computational guesses per second are needed to find the mathematical solution. As a result, hash power will reduce and Bitcoin's network difficulty will go down. Hash rate is used to measure the processing power of the BTC network. It allows computers to process and solve problems that would enable transactions to be approved and confirmed over the network. Over 90% of Bitcoin's mining capacity was reportedly lost in China due to the Chinese authority intensified clampdown actions. 90%? Over 90% of their mining capacity? That doesn't sound right. Does that sound right?
In China?
But yeah, it says over 90% of Bitcoin's mining capacity was reportedly lost in China due to the Chinese authority. They don't have 90%.
No, I think that's a mistake. I think they meant 90% of the mining power in China stopped. But that would have been 90%.
I also don't think that's true. 90%? I don't think that's true. It's only a couple regions, I believe. I know that doesn't sound right. I mean, a 28% adjustment, but you would lose 90% of 68% of the, or they have about 70% of the hash rate. So if you lost 90% of that, I don't know how that math would work out, but I know it's, not, it wouldn't equal only a 28% adjustment of 90%. So anyways, I don't know, because that would be like 50%, over 50%, like 55% of the overall hash rate would be gone if that was true.
Right.
It's a 28% adjustment.
That doesn't sound right to me.
That doesn't sound right. Yeah. I still don't think it's 90% of China's. That's what somebody said that as well. I don't think that's true. Okay. So also, guys, I want to talk about this here because look, Bitcoin's running out. The whales are accumulating. The whale addresses had the biggest pop. I want to look at that one more time because is that? I wonder if that's the largest ever. See the all.
In one day, right?
Well, actually, this would have been a bigger day. This would have been July of 2019. The whales accumulated a huge amount. Outside of that, it's pretty close. Looks like there might be some other days when Bitcoin was much smaller. But yeah, I think when you factor in the adjusted price, this is probably the largest move we've ever seen, which is quite significant, in my opinion.
We are working on Twitch emotes. We'll have those soon.
Yeah, somebody said, yeah, thank you for that number sounds about right. 90% of 70% is, well, that is exactly right. 63%. So that would have meant that 63% of all miners were gone. And there's no way that's right. There's no way that's right. Okay, so back to the story, though. I want to show you guys something because we've been seeing a lot of stuff here. This says if Bitcoin can hold last Saturday's low and rally back above this week's high from current levels, excellent potential to be bullish. Bottom line, the daily chart of Bitcoin is still bearish at its price, is below critical SMAs. We all know that, diminishing the odds of higher prices, but they don't factor in the manipulation. Speaking of the manipulation, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Because I told you that my source, one of my sources, told me that a few weeks ago, the last week of June, the goal was to push Bitcoin below $28,000. That would have absolutely crushed, it would have set a new low, it would have crushed retail sentiment, right? What do we see? We saw a hard push down, but Bitcoin didn't only hold $30,000, it held above $30,000. That was the chance to push to the bottom. The futures contracts quarter two. If you think about it, it makes sense to do it around that time. Well, check out this story here. At the top, it says, almost a month ago, this is Dr. Arnout Terscher, okay? Obviously, someone who is included in on these plans, the FUD plans. We know the mainstream media is working with the market manipulators in order to build narratives to make you see this, or to hide what's actually happening with the smoke and mirrors. Almost a month ago, see here was an article where he said he was looking for Bitcoin to bottom around 26K before the next rally would start. On June 22nd, Bitcoin bottomed at 29.2 and is now essentially stuck between 30,000 and 34,000. He was expecting it to go to 26K. The market manipulators were expecting to push this price below 28K. But the message we've been giving on this channel, do not sell your Bitcoin, do not sell your Ethereum, do not sell your Cardano, it's gotten through. People are not selling. People are not selling right now. The whales are accumulating. Why would you sell right now? So I'm very proud of the message that we've been talking about on this channel because you guys have listened. Let me tell you, these institutions are pissed. They're pissed. They thought you would sell your ETH like that. They thought they could put some FUD stories out here, dump the price of Bitcoin, and people would get rid of their ETH. People have been selling less ETH than ever. So it's pretty phenomenal to see the overall sentiment by, true believers in crypto. Bitcoin supply held by whale entities hit 2-month high in a bullish sign. We just looked at this. Look, this is what you're supposed to be getting from this. Whales are accumulating right now. Blockchain data shows wealthy investors are coming back to the Bitcoin market. A blockchain metric that warned of a price drop in early May. Do you guys remember the death cross? Told you guys that was nothing, right? Told you guys that meant nothing. So the number of coins held by whale entities, clusters of addresses controlled by a single network participant, holding 1,000 to 10,000, this is what we just looked at, rose by over 80,000 total to 4.216 million Bitcoin on Friday, hitting the highest level since May. Tally remained largely unchanged on Saturday. Number of whale entities has also jumped to a 3-week high. The renewed accumulation by whale entities is good news for the market as these wealthy investors played a significant role in powering Bitcoin higher from $10,000 to nearly $60,000 during the 5 months to February 21. The balance held by whale entities rose in tandem with the price during the bull run, hitting a record high of 4.5 million on February 8th. Now, we got 8,000 viewers today on this holiday, 2,100 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 4,000 likes.
I think we can.
I think we can do it. If you could do us a favor, stop what you're doing. Make sure to hit the like button. If you're watching on mobile, click it off. Just hit X out the live chat, hit like, and then hit the live chat icon, come back. If you're watching on smart TV from home because you got the day off, unlike all my employees, you guys can go to the bottom left-hand side of your screen. They're all chuckling in the background. And hit more actions and then hit react and like it. Damon says, happy Independence Day to you and your team. Thank you. We love America. Love the 4th of July. Had a good day yesterday. We cooked out at my house. Made some grills. We made some burgers, some hot dogs, and went over to my mom's house last night. We all went to the pool, hung out. It was pretty good. Then I came home. Big fireworks show in my neighborhood last night. So
there were so many fireworks being shot last night. I couldn't believe it.
Well, it's because now you can just buy them very easily here. It used to not. We used to have the fake fireworks here you could buy. You have to go across state lines, but now I think this is actually what most states are like. I don't know what states fireworks are legal in, but. Just Jay Chains let us know he didn't lose a finger, so that's great news.
Somebody in the chat earlier, one of our mods said they blasted their finger off. I don't know if he was being serious or not, but
That's terrible.
Is
Like the what's the guy football player's name? Jason Pierre-Paul. You know, he tore 2 of his fingers off like a couple of years ago, and now he plays with less fingers. Yeah. So here's just kind of a rundown of this chart. So we already looked at this chart. This is the same Glassnode chart. Supply held by whale entities rose in tandem with the price. Bull run stalls as whales sell. Whale balance jumps to 2-month high, and look at that spike. I mean, it is very significant, especially when you consider the price. Whales became sellers in the subsequent months, taking the wind at the bull run. Price action highlighted the inability of smaller investors to do the heavy lifting. But here's one thing I want you guys to know, because look, this bull run is not over. Somebody says, if you want more regulation, I think you may be watching the wrong channel, sir. But anyways, when you look at this here, this is what I want you guys to take from this. This bull run is not over. We're about to have part 2. We will have part 2 of this bull run starting later this month, and it will lead to until the fall, okay? The end of the fall, maybe. We'll see what happens. But look what happens here with these whale addresses. As the price is going up, I hate how it gets dark when I hover over it, but as this price is going up here, these whale addresses started falling, okay? Why? Whales take profits. If you did not take enough profits, and I'll be honest with you, we didn't take enough profits, for sure. We did not take enough profits on the way up. We will be taking more profits on the way back up. You guys should be taking profits. If the whales do it, you should be doing it. They accumulate in the down times. They sell in the up times. Buy in the red, sell in the green. That's the way to do it. Okay, let's move on here. Let's check out, here's a tweet from Charlie Shrem, speaking of Independence Day. Bitcoin is a freedom-empowering technology that hard-codes your inalienable rights and separates money in the state. The Founding Fathers would be so proud. A lot of people hate these Founding Fathers. I happen to love them dearly. Glad they created this country. They were flawed individuals, just like everyone is flawed. But you know what? They built this country, and, you know, I like to see them with the laser eyes. Because I think they'd be very bullish on Bitcoin. I think the Founding Fathers would be very bullish on Bitcoin.
I agree.
100%. So, but here, let's check out this Cardano news, because this is pretty interesting here. Cardano expands. Now, is this what was alluded to, this published 3 hours ago? Yesterday, Charles Hoskinson said, or is this on July 3rd, this was tweeted and he retweeted. I'm not sure when this was actually retweeted. But it was just a meme of Peter from Family Guy saying, perhaps. Well, that's my Peter impression. It might have sounded actually like Lois. Perhaps. Now, what is this about? Well, the tweet was, I have a feeling Charles is going to drop so many bombs, we're not even aware of when the time is right. And so then we got this news today. Is this one of these info bombs that was alluded to? Bill Gould says his intention was to sell ADA after the top in this bull run, buy a bunch more at a lower price. But if ADA, because of the upgrades, do you expect 80% to 90% drop in price after the bull run, or does it hold price because of utility? Nothing holds value because of utility. Literally nothing in crypto does. When Bitcoin drops, everything will drop with it. We just saw this. There's a giant hopium that people have that, you know, their project is so good fundamentally that the price will not drop. No, Ethereum will drop, Bitcoin will drop, Cardano will drop. If you want to sell the top at that time in order to accumulate more, I cannot fault you. I would not sell 100% of any. I would not sell 100% of your Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Cardano. There will come a day where it makes sense to cash in profits, but you're not cashing in profits to leave. You're not cashing in profits to say, like, that was it. I made my money. I'm going. You cash in profits to accumulate more. And as long as that's your attitude and you're doing it at the right times, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and we will certainly do that with almost all of our coins. You know, Bitcoin, Ethereum will probably at that point when the bear market sets in, you know, we'll have a percentage of that we get rid of as well in the short term to put that money aside to buy more. Think about it. If you had sold Bitcoin at $20,000 in the last bull run and it went all the way down to $3,000, you were getting almost 7 times your Bitcoin. Now think about 6 2/3. We'll just call it 7. Think about how much more money you would have. If you had 10 Bitcoin, you sold at $20,000, And then you bought back in at $3,000 approximately. It's $3,200. Bought back in at the bottom, which you can't probably pick the exact bottom. That means you would now have 70 Bitcoin. How much would that be worth today? A lot of money. Millions of dollars. What is that, like $2 million, somewhere around there? 2.4, 2.5 maybe. I'm not doing the math in my head exactly. But so when you're doing it to accumulate, it's a little different than doing it out of fear. And that's what I don't want people doing. So speaking of Cardano here is a little more of their use case here, or a little bit more news from them. Cardano expands access to ecosystem with Nexo and Orion partnerships. IOHK is partnering with Nexo to integrate ADA, the native crypto of the Cardano blockchain, to the Nexo exchange. Nexo, here's the big part. Nexo users will be able to buy and sell ADA, earn up to 8% interest, and borrow from ADA, or borrow against ADA from 6.9%. Interoperability is essential to further mainstream adoption of blockchain and crypto, and our partnership with Nexo is another step toward that. This partnership will not only allow ADA holders to manage their portfolio, but will let users purchase ADA directly with fiat or with crypto on the Nexo exchange. Bringing Nexo into our growing ecosystem will give the Cardano community even more options and fluidity for ADA. Input Output HK also announced is collaborating with DeFi liquidity aggregator Orion Protocol to integrate Cardano into its trading terminal and enable Cardano users to buy and sell crypto. Partnerships come in the midst of Cardano's three-phase Alonzo upgrade. The upgrade will bring smart contract functionality to the blockchain and enable DeFi applications for the first time. So that is really exciting. When this Alonzo fully launches, and apparently over the weekend, a lot of people were sharing. It just proves, like, you just can't win in this industry. Like, you just can't win. When you're at the top in this industry, you get your character assassinated a lot. People attack you nonstop. I was told that on my rise to the top. I can tell you I can relate to that as well. There's a lot of haters out there. There's Cardano haters. There's Ethereum haters. There's BitBoy haters. There's haters of everything under the sun out there. Now, here's the thing. There was over about a year ago, Charles shared something that said that by this time this year, that Cardano would have thousands of projects and all kinds of stuff going on. It doesn't. Why? Because the roadmap got hung up. They only put out things that work, so they do things a little bit slower. They've probably been pushed back about 5 to 6 months total this year already, okay? But here's the thing. What can you look at Cardano? It was 1 or 2 cents in the bear market. 1 or 2 cents. There's no appreciation for Charles. There's no appreciation for the good that Cardano's done. There's been no appreciation for doing things the right way and putting out things that work instead of putting things out and trying to correct later, like we've seen with Ethereum do, we've seen other projects do. There's no appreciation for that. There's only people, and I can tell you this, people that invested in Cardano, they're not complaining. Guarantee it, they're not complaining.
Nope.
The only people complaining are the people that hate Cardano. And that's what happens. You get people that hate people, and it's okay that people hate. I always know that, Kobe, I love Kobe. Kobe was my dude. Kobe said he always loved to go in the arena of the opposing team because he got booed the entire time. You know what he did? He used all those boos as energy and motivation. And that's what the best do out there. That's what the best do. You let criticism roll off your back, and you just keep your head down and you keep working. And I know that's what Charles does as well. And, very excited to see what happens when Cardano ecosystem actually does roll out and we have a lot of coins. It's going to be pretty good. Someone says, should we hold off on buying? I don't know specifically what you're talking about. Look at what the whales just did. I have no problem buying at this level. We're actually probably going to be making a pretty big altcoin buy today, actually, I think. We'll see what it is. Maybe I'll talk about it on the live stream tomorrow. SNX hits multi-week highs as total value locked on synthetics approaches $1 billion. And that's pretty significant when you consider that the entire DeFi industry has about $65 billion on it. So the fact that synthetics, a project that has been, on the downward, someone said all those boos, that's pretty funny. While everything has been on the downward action, synthetics got hit harder than anything and has really kind of faded out of the spotlight. I certainly hope that synthetics is going to be, it was my top DeFi pick of the year, and I'm, looking like a stooge this year picking that. We've talked about for weeks the reasons why I think that has occurred when it has a project with so much promise and so much potential. But But right now, it looks like they're starting to gain a little steam again. Synthetic spiked to its 3-week high on Monday in reaction to a market-wide upside correction led by Bitcoin. Synthetic's project's native token reached $9.59 after rising 4 days in a row by 50%. Included a sharp 18% upswing in the previous daily session, sparked by Bitcoin's climb above 35K. Altcoins tend to tail the flagship digital assets price trends. What an unnecessary way to word that. Altcoins tend to tail the flagship digital assets price trends. Doing too much there. Who is that? See who that is. Yasha Gola from Cointelegraph. You're doing too much, sir. You're being extra. Please calm down. The 7-day adjusted time frame saw almost every top DeFi coin posting double-digit gains, including Uniswap, Aave, Compound, among others. Didn't I see that didn't Uniswap like double in volume over the weekend? Did you see that story?
I didn't.
Let me see. Uniswap volume. Let's see if there was a story. I think I saw that. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Guys, I read a lot of news. Or see a lot of headlines, one or the other. Crypto prices today on July 5th. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and green. This was obviously before we had a drop. Uniswap's volume grows 50% in 24 hours.
Well, that's wild considering how low the volume was. Does that reports decentralized exchanges, right?
It should. It should, I would think. I would think we could actually go here. CoinMarketCap, hit exchanges.
Let's see.
Where is Uniswap not on here?
Because if they don't report DEXs, then no wonder.
I don't think they do.
Then no wonder that.
These are all centralized exchanges.
Huh.
Now, but if we go to, DEX, here it is. That's spot. This is DEX.
So they do.
Uniswap. Right now it's showing the volume up 34%. That would make sense as it had a little drop. Pancake Swap up 42% in volume. Sushi Swap up 40%. 1inch up 65%. Are we starting to see the DeFi resurgence right now?
Seems
We've
like
talked about it for a while. We could be seeing that right now. We've always thought we were going to get another DeFi summer, and it's been slow to take off, but maybe starting in July, maybe that's what we're seeing. So very, very interesting stuff there. Let's see if there's anything else. Synthetics TVL approaches 1 billion. We discussed this. 50% upside move in Synthetics markets also pushes total value locked inside the pools to 11 million shy of 1 billion. Nevertheless, as the TVL reserves rallied in terms of the US dollar, they declined on the SNX token basis, dropping by almost 5 million units. Let's see here. So you guys can see when it dropped pretty significantly and had a big run up. In detail, Synthetics is a decentralized synthetic asset platform that provides blockchain exposure to traditional assets, including currencies, commodities, stocks, and indexes. That's why I believe it had so much potential. The platform requires users to lock its native token, SNX, as collateral into smart contracts to back its synthetic assets, which are the cents. And then, what's the other one's called? The anti-cents or something? They've got like a opposite of the cents. Can't remember what that's called. These cents track prices of various assets, which allow crypto users to trade peer-to-contract on Synthex exchange. Users have to burn a portion of their cents. Part of the reason behind rising TVL could be used to higher annual percentage yields. Okay, so we'll see. It looks like right now Synthetics is on the verge of a breakout, so maybe, but it's got a long ways to go to get back to its all-time high, which I think was like $30. I think. Let's see what it was here. Pull up Synthetics. Go to the chart. Let's see here. $27.07. So we'll have to see what happens here with Synthetics. Hopefully it's, I usually believe that by the end of the year we'll be right on most things. And Synthetics is a top DeFi pick. There's been some fundamental stuff that's made me a little more bearish on it, but, hopefully all of the reasons why I love Synthetics still exist. So we'll have to see what happens there. All right. Yep.
Well, I was just going to say we're about 3,300 likes right now, so just a few more to get to 4,000. No reason we can't do it.
Yeah, guys, can we just get 700 more likes? Smash the like button, X out of the live chat, hit like, come back. On a TV, bottom left, hit more actions or more options, and go ahead and hit that like button there as well.
And we like you guys.
We do.
Especially on Twitch and Theta. We got about 85 on Twitch and 50 on Theta. So.
Oh, interesting. Interesting, the Twitch number's down a little. We usually have 100, right?
It ranges between 50 and 100.
This is going to be a good judge of what's going on YouTube.
Yeah, it's about right for Twitch. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 91. I mean, it bumps up and down a lot.
How many people are watching on YouTube right now?
About 9,000.
9,000. I hope we can get over 10 on this stream. I'll be very disappointed. Guys, if y'all all can go find 1/10 of a human and bring them in.
1/10.
Yeah, 1/10 of a human. You don't need, just bring their toe.
I was just saying, just the foot.
Just a foot. Okay. Yeah, foot's probably closer to.
Yeah.
Probably 4% of your body is your foot.
Maybe both feet.
People always think I'm not good at math. That's what they say in the chat. I'm very good at math, just so you all know.
Yeah.
You guys try to be up here live streaming, throwing numbers out and doing the math in your head. I'm usually pretty close. Okay, so let's talk about this XRP story here, because this is pretty significant. Now, I actually, on my video yesterday, when I was driving around in the car, I actually botched this story up big time. I said that Ripple did like a 9-figure investment into this company. That's actually not true, okay? What I was getting that high number from was this $430 million investment from Advent. It's a different company, but we're going to tell you exactly why this and Ripple all moves together. So Advent invests $430 million in Brazil payments firm eBanks before IPO. So funds managed by Advent International are investing $430 million in the Brazilian payments company eBanks, financing its growth in Latin America ahead of its initial public offering planned for the coming months. The company did not disclose eBank's valuation or the size of the minority stake acquired by Advent. You should show me that chat. Mm-hmm. Been looking mighty fine. No Sonny Bono. I don't think I'm supposed to say that word on.
That's from Dominic on Twitch.
Thank you, Dominic, on Twitch. That's pretty funny. Founded in 2012, eBanks focuses mainly on processing payments from clients of global websites like Alibaba Group Holdings, which is now owned by China, AliExpress Retail Service, owned by China, home sharing site Airbnb, and music streaming service Spotify Technology in Latin America. Globally, one of its peers is the Dutch company Aiden NV. This year, eBanks is likely to process more than $7 billion in total payments, doubling from 2020. The deal is the latest example of how busy deal-making activity is for Brazilian financial startups, which are luring investors beyond traditional VC funds. Last week, Nubank announced a $750 million funding round led by Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway. As part of the deal, Advent is going to appoint a director to the company's board. I want to look into this Advent company because they're pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. This is old traditional financial institutions. This is Advent's biggest check for technology company in Latin America. Okay, so why is this significant? Why is this significant? Well, hopefully I can find a story on it. Let's see if I can find a story on this.
Also, Bill Gould said if BitBoy does the truffle shuffle, the likes will explode.
I will not do the truffle shuffle. Okay, I have some dignity, guys, just so y'all know.
That's a Goonies reference for the young ones out there.
So check this out, guys. Here we go. Latin American banks. This is an article from 2019. Latin American banks are exploring blockchain solutions. Banesco, Panama, and Scotiabank, Chile are studying blockchain for cross-border payments by exploring Ripple's solutions. Ripple has already announced the opening of an office in Brazil earlier this month. Let's see. After the announcement of Libra, another player in the sector is having a moment. Ripple, with its cross-border payment solutions, Ripple is being tested by 2 Latin American banks as they are committed to testing how to move capital with Ripple's X-Current. And it's now a different name, I think. I think they renamed all their products.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I mean, I knew X-Current and X-Rapid for a long time, but...
And X-Via, those were their 3 main products. I think they rebranded, renamed them all, I think. We should look into that. But check this out. Here, so that's Ripple in Brazil. Well, where's our connection with eBanks here? Oh, well, that's no fun. Maintenance mode is on. Here was the article, and now I can't pull it up. Well, there was an article about this. Well, that's frustrating.
I need to get some sound effects.
Has a similar large budget. eBanks is one of the largest to receive unicorn status. Well, I can't pull up the story, unfortunately, it looks like. The point is, Ripple is partnered with eBanks. They're partners. I had the story. Could you... Yeah, pull this down real quick. Let me pull this back up, and let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get the story here real quick. Sorry, XRP Army. XRP Army is loving them some BitBoy lately. They love me. They really do. I mean, you can't.
Not as much your son, Blockchain Boy, huh?
My son, Blockchain Boy.
Yeah.
Blockchain Boy. Look, I understand where Blockchain Boy is at. Like he makes a lot of bold statements on stuff, but you just can't make so many enemies out there, you know. Because you never know when your opinion's going to change on something, too.
Yeah. No, that's just ironic.
Why is that?
Hearing you give him that advice.
Why? What do you mean?
Telling him try not to make too many enemies.
Oh, because I have.
I know you have big opinions and strong perspectives and things you want to say.
Yeah, but you know we toe a lot of lines.
I know we do. It's still ironic.
Let's see. Hold on. Where is this?
Oh, we're gonna get 4,000 likes.
We're gonna get 4,000. Well, let's do it. Well, I can't find. Let's see. It's preparing to launch the blah 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 blah. Company's been rapidly growing. It was announced 10 months ago. Here it is. No, don't put that up. Don't put that up.
Sorry.
Pull that down.
It's yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to pull that up. That's not good. Anyways, the point is that it was announced 10 months ago that Ripple's partner ACI Worldwide had just joined eBanks in making new payment solutions for Latin America. Ripple has certainly continued to conduct business as usual during its SEC issues. So, yeah, that was not good at all. That was very bad. Okay, so, so they partnered with this company a while back. So XRP is, Ripple is moving forward. They got this really big partnership. Very interesting to see what is going on here. So we know Ripple is moving forward, and it's going to be really big news. So moving on to this next thing here. Also, here's just another kind of bank story. Got Revolut in talks with SoftBank for investment at $30 billion valuation. UK-based digital bank Revolut is in detailed talks with SoftBank about a funding round that could value the firm between $30 billion and $40 billion. Revolut and its advisors have asked investors at SoftBank's Vision Fund. Guys, here's the point. Revolut sucks. Do not use Revolut. They're trying to make moves in crypto. This is a terrible company, okay? They're you know who they remind me of a lot is Robinhood. They remind me a lot of Robinhood because they try to pretend like they're for something, and in reality, they're actually like way, way, way against it, right? Robinhood, they're for the little guy. They're selling all the little guys information to the hedge fund so they can crush them, okay? Then you've got Revolut. We're crypto friendly. And then they're doing the same things. They're taking your bank accounts the same way that BB&T does, or Bank of America does, or Wells Fargo does. They're trying to pretend to be something that they're absolutely not. We like other companies. We like SoFi Bank. We like Signature Bank. There's some other crypto-friendly banks that we actually really do love. This is not one of them. So if you have a Revolut account, it's terrible. I would close it immediately. Stay as far away from this company as you possibly can. Okay, so new report places United States at top of crypto-ready countries. The U.S. leads the world in Bitcoin ATMs, and the number is growing rapidly. The United States is the world's most crypto-ready country, according to new research published by crypto education platform CryptoHead. Do you know CryptoHead?
No.
Yeah. The United States ranked first with a crypto-ready score of 7.13 out of 10. Cyprus ranked second and Singapore third, both scoring under 6.5. To be sure, the study is limited in scope, failing to touch on a number of factors that could shape a country's readiness for wider spread usage of crypto, including its tax laws and wider regulatory environment. Alongside the number of ATMs, CryptoHead also looked at the number of people per ATM. The United States placed first here as well, with a crypto ATM for every 19,000 people compared to Canada's second place ratio of one ATM for every 26,000 people. Japan ranked last with a single Bitcoin ATM for its 126 million, although 24 countries did not have a crypto ATM. And here's more evidence of that. America's first legal DAO approved in Wyoming. So we know America's crypto friendly. We've already got certain states that are also very crypto friendly. Decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs, are recognized as a new form of company in the crypto-friendly state. American Crypto Fed DAO, which uses the EOS blockchain platform, is the first DAO to gain approval in Wyoming. Wyoming introduced a law granting legal status to DAOs on July 1st. Wyoming, the first U.S. state to grant a charter to a crypto bank, has approved legal status for decentralized autonomous organizations. It comes after Wyoming lawmakers voted in March to pass a bill allowing DAOs to be officially registered in the state. So who is this? Marion Orr? I don't know who that is. She's the CEO of American Crypto Fed DAO. I thought that was going to be the senator there. The DAO law also solidifies Wyoming's reputation as the most crypto-friendly U.S. state. Last year, it was the first in the U.S. to issue a state charter for crypto banks and has already licensed 2, Kraken and Avanti. Wyoming is the leading digital assets jurisdiction in the USA, and now with this DAO law, it's arguably the top blockchain jurisdiction in the world. Orr, who is also the mayor of Cheyenne, said that in her time, her role as CEO would become obsolete as decisions would be based on many votes by the DAO's governance token holders. It's got to be pretty easy to do it when you have like hardly anybody that lives there. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about Wyoming. Like, could we see an influx of people coming into, crypto because of Wyoming being so blockchain friendly? It's just really hard to say. The proposal suggests a 3-year grace period before developers become subject to existing security laws. However, to attain the scalability and security the team required, CryptoFed is built on the EOS protocol instead of Ethereum, which is commonly associated with DAOs. Perhaps the new law is best seen as a kind of bridge between the traditional business world and the ethos of many blockchain projects which strive to decentralize control. So this is a pretty interesting, it's actually an EOS-based project. It could prove controversial due to the class action lawsuit filed by EOS investors. Pretty interesting stuff here, if you ask me. Pretty interesting stuff. I don't know. Do you guys think that we are crypto friendly? Do you guys think that we are a crypto ready country? If you do think that, smash the like button for us. If you think that America's ready, just put hashtag America's ready. If not, put hashtag we're not ready. Because I don't really know which way I'm falling on this. When Wyoming is, look, no shade to Wyoming. We love Wyoming. It's a beautiful state. I've been there, went there last year, incredible. But when Wyoming is leading the charge, like, what does that really say, about the rest of the country? It says they're behind the times. It's kind of what it says to me. All right, this is pretty interesting. Ransomware group Revil strikes again, demands $70 million in Bitcoin from 200 U.S. firms. Ransomware hacking group Revil brought the networks of at least 200 U.S. companies to their knees on Friday and is now demanding $70 million in Bitcoin. It says they targeted software supplier Kaseya and used its network management package to spread the ransomware via the cloud. Over 1 million machines are said to be infected, according to various other reports. The Russian-based ransomware group is now demanding the Bitcoin in exchange for a decryptor for the infected machines. On Friday, they launched an attack. They had already attacked, and here's where we get to what's really, really strange, okay? They attacked the Colonial Pipeline and managed to get the company to pay $5 million ransom fee for the Colonial Pipeline, right? But they actually, they accepted in Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is not the coin to get if you're hacking things, right? What would the coin be? Monero, obviously. That's what any smart hacker... Look, it's not a smart hacker. Any hacker capable of launching such a big attack, they will be able to receive... they'll know to receive privacy coins. They'll know not to receive something that's totally traceable, totally trackable. Okay? So now we've got this new launch here. And this one is against... the software supplier Kaseya. I don't know. Is it real? Is it not real? I don't know what to make heads or tails of all of this stuff. I really don't know, to be honest with you. Because, like I said about the Colonial Pipeline, I don't know the truth. I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know the official story we've been giving. It stinks. It stinks bad. I don't believe it at all, what we've been told about it. There's definitely something very interesting, very sinister going on there. But did you guys know this? Did you guys know that when you are hacked or when you get struck by ransomware and you take the ransomware or you pay the bribe, what do you call it? The ransom. You pay the ransom. It's a tax-deductible donation that you made. So I don't know. There could be some very interesting ramifications of this where maybe eventually you get people hacking themselves.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the old boating accident. You know, you lost all my crypto in a boating accident. Now you can get hacked, pay a ransom to your, you know, in theory, maybe potentially to yourself, and get a tax write-off for it. Interesting.
Yeah. As ransomware attacks surge, the FBI is doubling down on its guidance to affected businesses who are trying to tell them what to do, because that's a very interesting scenario. Don't pay them. Well, it's easy for the government to tell you not to pay them when the government is going to help you get your stuff back, right? Like, government ain't going to help you get it back.
What'd the government do?
Nothing.
No, when the pipeline got hacked, they paid it.
Yeah, that's right, 100%. That's a good point. But the U.S. government also offers, so you can't make that up.
Nope.
Don't pay the ransom. By the way, we paid the ransom, but you can't do it. Don't pay the cyber criminals, but the U.S. government also offers a little noticed incentive for those who do pay a ransom. It may be tax deductible. IRS offers no formal guidance on ransomware payments, but multiple tax experts interviewed by the Associated Press said deductions of ransomware payments as a cost of doing business are usually allowed under law and established guidance. Some called it a silver lining for ransomware victims. Those looking to discourage payments are less sanguine. Is that how you pronounce that? Sanguine? Sanguine. Sanguine. I think that's right. Reminds me of penguin. Okay. They fear the IRS deduction is potentially a problematic incentive that they could entice businesses to pay ransoms against the advice of law enforcement, or the advice. At a minimum, they say deductibility sends a discordant message to businesses under duress. Here's a little bit more about the Colonial. A ransomware attack on Colonial Pipeline last month led to gas shortages in parts of the U.S. Company, which transports yada, 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 valued at $4.4 million. An attack on JBSSA, world's largest meat processing company, threatened to disrupt food supplies. The company said it had paid the equivalent of $11 million to hackers who broke into the computer system. It's an ordinary, here's your tax qualification, an ordinary and necessary expense. And yeah, Damon, I think I think you should have TJ's info, right? Send him a message.
Yeah, just email me.
The companies that pay ransomware demands directly are well within their rights to claim a deduction, tax experts say. To be tax deductible, business expenses should be considered ordinary and necessary. Companies have long been able to deduct losses from more traditional crimes, such as robbery or embezzlement, and experts say ransomware payments are usually valid too. I would counsel a client to take a deduction for it, says Scott Hardy, a corporate tax attorney with Alston and Bird. It fits the definition of an ordinary and necessary expense. It's becoming more common, so therefore it becomes more ordinary. Critics say all the more reason to disallow ransomware payments as tax deductions. Yeah, so basically, if you get hacked, you're going to be able to get a tax deduction. So that's very friendly. That's very friendly. How many people are watching right now?
We've got 4,500 likes, about 8,300 watching.
We never got to 10. Never got to 10. That's okay, guys. Listen, if you guys are off today, enjoy your day. Hope you guys had a good week. Hope you guys are a good weekend. Hope you celebrated. If you love America, if you don't love America, then you're on the wrong channel. Look, if you're from a different country, you don't have to love America. But if you're in America and you don't love America, you're ungrateful. You're ungrateful. We live in the greatest country in the world. I don't need metrics to tell me that. I live here. I know. All right, guys, BitSquad, that's all we got. We love you guys. Be blessed. BitBoy out.